When we're building products, there are really two main parts of the consideration that we have. We need to think about product management, and we need to think about product development. So product management is deciding what we're going to go build, right? Um, Product development is figuring out how we're going to go do that. And they need to be able to complement each other in a way that we're working together towards a successful working product. But product management leads the product development. The product management sets the direction, the strategy, the goals that we're trying to achieve, the high level goals, strategic goals. And product development focuses on the actual delivery of those goals and delivery of those outcomes. Now, that doesn't mean that there's no product management in product development, or there's no product development in product management. There's definitely a bleed over between those two topics. They're not a distinct thing that somebody hands over from here to here, right? They're an integrated story. And I think a good analogy for that is the evidence-based management story that helps, at least it helps me think about not only how they interact with each other, but how they complement each other and how they need each other, right? Product management and product development in order to be successful, and working together to be successful. So the way evidence-based management breaks this down is you've got two sets of metrics at the top of the diagram, which is talking about market value. So in the context of market value, that's where we're talking about product management. We're focusing on two things. We've got our current value in our product, the stuff that's there that maybe we need to maintain, maybe we need to remove, maybe we need to augment in some way, right? That's the features and capability that we have in our product right now. And all of those features and capability in our product right now should all work, right? That working usable product. We have increments that work. And our current increment, our current product is our current value, right? That's what we've currently got. And that's part of our market value. If you're not in a consumer facing world, then think about the market that you deliver to is inside of your business. It's not necessarily, it doesn't have to be outside of your business. It doesn't have to be a commercial market. It could be an internal market inside your business, right? And then the other side of that is the unrealized value. And that's where I think a lot of product management maybe doesn't focus, but should focus, is in this unrealized value area, which is the stuff that our product could do that it doesn't do yet, right? The net new functionality that we want to bring in, into the story. So that is going after new markets, new users. We want more people to be using our product than we're using it before, because you're always going to have a decline in the people that use your product if the features remain stagnant, right? Even if you add new capabilities to an existing feature, there's still that tail off, that we're keeping our existing user base happy, and our existing user base is always going to reduce over time if we don't do anything, right? We might still be bringing in new customers, but the existing people are going to tail off. And that's how I think about it. I think about it a lot like Netflix creating new content, right? If you have an existing show, the viewership for that show is going to decline over time, right? It's not new anymore. People that have watched it are not necessarily going to watch it again, although some people do, and it's going to decline over time. That's a little bit more drastic than a product that people use in a business, right? But the idea is that you're not gaining a lot of new customers, and when you do a second season of an existing season, you know the viewership's going to be less in the second season. It's always less, but does it maintain high enough for you to justify the investment, right? What we really want to be doing is focusing as much as we can while supporting and maintaining our existing investment in our product, in our story, in our existing customers. We also want to be aggressively going after new markets and new customers. That's product management leading, right? Where are we going? What are we trying to achieve? What's our direction? What's our strategy for building a more valuable product, right? Value creation. We're creating more value. That's that unrealized value. And those two together, unrealized value and current value, is that agile product management story that leads to market value, right? That's what we're measuring market value, and the activity is product management. But then we've got the product development, which is supporting that story. And product development is our organization's capability, right? That's our ability to deliver the things that we identify that need to be delivered, and perhaps input to those things as well, right? Provide part of the feedback cycle. That's what I mean by the bleed over, right? Product development is going to have good ideas too that we might want to implement. But that's broken into two sets of metrics in product development. One is ability to innovate, right? That's our how much time can we spend on net new versus maintaining and supporting existing, right? So that's how we're measuring that amount of time that we spend on net new. And then the other side of that, to balance it off, is time to market. How quickly can we go from an idea to getting it into production? So ability to innovate and time to market both talk about product quality, talk about engineering excellence, talk about those stories. That's our agile product development. Product development is about building high quality, usable, working products that are of value to somebody, right? That's a product. That's just product development. Agile product development is just the newer practices in that story. So we've got this product management leading, looking at the market, looking at the futures, looking at what customers are going to need in the future, what our stakeholders are going to need in the future, and trying to anticipate those needs by running lots of little experiments. Some of those experiments will be implemented by product development, right? So we can then get the results. But ultimately, delivering usable working product enables us to maximize that value return because we're closing those feedback loops. So we've got product management leading with strategy and direction and vision, right? Vision, value, and validation is product management's focus. And then in order to get that value and validation, we need to actually build something. We need to actually create something that we can then put in front of our users, our stakeholders, to then gather feedback and actually see whether is it actually valuable. Are they actually using it the way we expect? Is it actually changing the numbers the way we would like? And that's how agile product management leads, but is supported by product development, and product development supports that story of collecting that data, that telemetry, that additional information that product management can use to figure out whether are we actually going in the right direction. Do we need to stay the course? Do we need to pivot? Or do we need to stop?